Welcome back. Part 2, week 20-something or other.
29.
29.
I think it is.
And we haven't been canceled.
No.
We even got
a
sponsor. We got a sponsorship, Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
We're back.
They don't know it yet.
We'll be sued by Pepsi, but
they don't know it yet.
We got. Well, we don't work out the best financial deals. We just get sponsors.
Yeah. Product placement
free
more
soda,
than sponsor.
free soda.
And if we could just get free soda, that would be worth
That'd be
it.
great.
Hey, that would be an upgrade.
That'd be wonderful.
But we got one game tonight, the Giants and Dodgers, and then we've got it all set up for the playoffs.
Wait.
No.
How did the Giants get back in?
Giants
The
are-
Giants got eliminated last night.
The Nationals
and that's
and the
tomorrow.
Dodgers.
Tomorrow, that's Thursday. Well,
Yeah.
they see this.
Hey, next week
we can film on Wednesday.
Next week we're not going to film on Wednesday because I'm going to be in Montreal, so I'm planning on going to see the Expos play next week.
Oh, awesome, man! Tell Rusty Tom I said hi. It'll be great.
I will do that.
It'll be with Pedro. Pedro will be there. Vladimir, tell Vladimir I said hi.
Oh wait,
Montreal.
wait, they're not. They don't have a
Oh,
franchise.
that's right.
They don't. The only Canadian franchise in Toronto. Dang it.
And they're in the playoffs.
They're in the playoffs.
they're in
And
the
the other
playoffs.
Canadian team is in the playoffs too, but they're out of Washington now.
Yes, they're out of Washington.
But the Expos and the Blue Jays are both in.
Yeah, the Expos. I was confused. I thought the Expos were still.
It's
no, I
okay,
was
but we got the
kidding.
Nationals, we got the Dodgers, and then they'll, whoever wins that faces the Cubs, and then we've got the Indians.
Indians
When
and
does
Blue
that?
Jays.
When do those games start? When does the Cubs?
Probably in November sometime.
Saturday.
The Indians and Blue Jays are Saturday, and I would imagine that the other game would be Sunday.
And then besides that, the only other baseball's going on is a little bit instructional league in Arizona.
Former Gator
Tim
is there.
Tebow
Yep.
Right.
playing down there at in the Arizona Fall League for the Mets. He did well enough in the instructional. A few guys got sent packing. Thanks for coming, but it's not going to work out. A few are assigned, and he actually got sent to Arizona Fall League.
Yeah, he went 0 for 3. He went 0 for 3, crashed into the wall, missed a fly ball at the fence, ran hard in the wall. Great quote. He's like, "That's not the hardest I've ever been hit," which was kind of funny. And post game is what most people are talking about. What happened? I don't know.
Was it an epileptic seizure or it was a seizure? Or something?
I don't know. Some guy was standing in line and waiting to have his autograph, get Tim's autograph, and had a seizure. And so Tim reached over the fence and put his hands on him, was praying for him, and stayed there until the paramedics showed up. I think there's some other things going around the world of the interwebs about Tebow healing the guy and those kind of things. I don't think that was the case as much as Tebow was just doing what Tebow does, is a great guy, and wanted to offer consolation and comfort and prayer, which is what you should do as a Christian. And so he did what he could do and waited for the paramedics to get there and then got out of the way. But it's so strange that he gets so much notoriety for doing what he should do, what you ought to do, what the common decency of people to do ought to happen, and maybe that's where we are. That's a whole different show for society, is that we've lost our common decency anymore to treat our fellow man in a way that we would like to be treated.
Right.
And then the critics he did it as an attention seeker.
Yeah, publicity stunt. Okay, well, just happened to be there, and I'm
That
leaning
guy was
over.
a plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The people who hate Tebow will say that, and look, I don't know that Tim's going to make it. Maybe he is in the instructional league, but I'm telling you again, if I'm the Mets, I'm riding that as far as I can ride it legitimately with baseball, and probably a little bit further. Truthfully, I'm going to ride him a little bit further than I would ride some other 29-year-old prospect that just showed up, because he has a fan base and he has a following, and already his jersey is selling like hotcakes, and he made a special deal because he had been in the NFL to be able to sell his jersey. He didn't have to be on a 40-man roster where everybody else has to. So the Mets are getting revenue from it. The Mets are getting attention from it. The Arizona Fall Ball is getting attention from it. I don't know.
0 for 3 yesterday, and I haven't looked. Have you seen numbers?
I have not.
Besides the 0 for 3?
Well, that's the first game.
Okay.
That was
then
the
that's
first
it.
game.
284. I saw.
Yeah, 284, one home
He was
run.
4 for 14 in three games, 1 home run, 2 RBI. And then so yesterday was the first game.
Yeah, yesterday was the first game in the Fall League out in Arizona. So, who knows? Maybe Tim will make it. His swing's looking better. I saw the swings yesterday. Even his out was a hard out, and a good swing. Had a good compact swing on it, and so he's a great athlete. And if you give him enough time, maybe, but I don't know that he has enough time.
Do you think somebody like Tim Tebow brings a different quality to a team? As far as he's older, obviously, but helping
clearly.
younger people, maybe making it more of a team atmosphere, or do you think baseball by that stage is already more, as a team game, it's more of an individual, I'm worried about me, and that guy can't motivate me as much?
Well, I'll tell you from experience, and it's kind of interesting, and it is a team game, and you see that. However, and especially in the minor leagues, it is very much an individual game.
Yeah.
And
you're not worried about what your team does.
And as sad as it sounds, and I actually heard Tommy Lasorda say it to the San Antonio Express News one time, and I'm like, just shut up and go home and whatever. They were playing they had an off day. They were playing the Astros, and they got in, and that one off day in between, Tommy wound up driving over to San Antonio to see Chan Ho Park, who had just been sent down about 3 weeks earlier, and that was the start of his career here in the United States. And he comes in, and obviously Tommy Lasorda is going to be at the game. Tommy Lasorda is going to be at the game and everything like that. So he sits in the dugout in his Dodgers uniform. Everyone else has mission uniforms. And then after the game, the writers go in and everything like that, and asking about the development, and they seem to have a good team this year and how well. He says, well, I'll be honest. He goes, Mr. O'Malley doesn't care if San Antonio wins or loses. He just needs the players developed. At the end of the day, if the Missions win the Texas League championship and the Dodgers don't make the playoffs, Mr. O'Malley's very ticked off. But if and this was the part that got him, but if the Dodgers make it to the playoffs, the Missions could lose every single game, and Mr. O'Malley's going to be a very happy man. Well, the next day's headline is Missions don't matter. They don't care if they win or lose. So now I'm the PR director, and you're trying to get this going and everything like that. Mm-hmm. But even true. To the point, your closer pitches every 3 days in the 9th inning, whether the game's 1-0 or whether the game's 9-1, winning or losing. And the numbers in a lot of those cases, and they're on pitch counts and they're on evaluations, and you work certain things, and that's all it is. And we even had a thing in Venezuelan for the Astros, and I can't remember, but basically it was a guy playing for the Jackson Generals, I think. It was the Astros AA team playing in San Antonio, and the catcher is a Dominican buddy of his who they grew up together and everything. So the catcher's giving the pitches and telling the batter what's coming. Because to him, it's way better if my buddy gets into the major leagues than this pitcher who they just have me assigned to for the next couple months.
I don't know what he's going to do.
And this is the guy who's my best friend, and we played baseball together since we were this far.
Yeah.
No, so that shows you how important it is.
And the broadcasters have the stats against this guy. He's hitting 586.
No, and it's a start. By the end of the show, I'll think of the guy
against the Missions. This guy's hitting 999.
That's what I'm saying.
He's missed one ball, and that was hit as a line drive and caught in second base.
Roger Cedeno.
Oh yeah,
sure, I remember him.
Yeah.
Roger Cedeno against San Antonio hit like 800 that year.
Because he's getting the pitches.
Because he's getting every single pitch. And finally, we had a fight in the clubhouse between the pitcher and the catcher. The manager got in. Oh, it was ridiculous. I'll never forget. One of those things.
That's really Bull Durham. Like when you remember me, when you talk of me, remember me fondly. It's a fastball right down the middle. Okay, Ricky, you want to throw the curveball?
You're helping. You're helping your dudes make it to the big leagues.
Sure. And why not? Sure. The fact of the matter is, minor leagues are about advancing my career.
Right.
And so nobody wants to be a career 300 hitter in the minor leagues.
No.
You want to hit 300 in the minor leagues so you get to be the majors. And so, when Tim's there, I think, does he help? Yeah, because I think in some ways he's been a professional athlete already. Mm-hmm. And so you bring that mentality to what it means to be a pro.
Completely.
To a bunch of guys who are 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, who've been in college and who may be really great players, but don't know what it's like to be under the media scrutiny. And so if anything, it gives them a chance to see how somebody handles the media, and certainly.
Right.
Lots of media hype with Tim.
And the other flip side of that, which is kind of interesting, is on how to go back and to catch a fly ball as you smash into the fence. I would not doubt if some of those other guys, Tim is allowing them to offer him insight and wisdom of kids that have been playing baseball for the last 10, 12 years of their life, while Tim hasn't.
Because what he said is, I thought I had a couple more steps. Well, an outfielder that's been there for a while says, what you need to do is make sure that you understand what the different sound is between grass and gravel.
Right, or gravel.
Right.
The first gravel step is like, oh, okay, I got one more and I'm it.
Yeah, but I think the media, the professionalism Tim's given, and then on the other side of it, what to look for and everything like that. Tim better be doing a lot of learning, and I'm sure that's why he's there.
And, he takes so much heat, and like I know you've heard people say when he's playing football, the raw kind of way he is, and that made me think about something the other night with the Giants, and this is something you see, I think, in sports. In baseball, I don't know why it bothers me, but you see the guy who is maybe not a journeyman pitcher, but a B level guy, who comes in a game and gets the strikeout. And then, you're like that kind of guy. And I don't know why that bothers me, but I just get myself, you did your job. You came in, you're supposed, because you don't see David Chauncey at Westside Baptist give a great service or high five the person. Yeah, it's like, you don't see
Maybe
that.
he should.
Maybe he should. But people show up, I don't know. But I don't know why that bothers me so much. And with Tebow, he gets accused of that. Well, it's a different, I think his way of communicating that is different. The other night with the Giants, I can't remember the pitcher's name, but he's out there. You did what you're paid to do.
Yeah, but
you don't see a plumber unclog your
you don't
sink.
work the game. You play the game.
Right.
And it is a game. And you gotta
I think some of that is you gotta let guys be guys and be emotional, because the stress level of being in that environment, I don't think people understand. And I certainly don't understand the stress level of Major League Baseball
No,
player.
I don't either.
But at the level where I was, I understand the stress level of being the guy in the box with the winning run on second base with 2 outs in the 9th inning, and the pitcher's on the mound, and you understand, hey, this is the guy. This is me and him. He's got to throw it. I got to hit it. He's got 8 other guys behind him. I got nobody behind me.
Right.
And so if I get a hit, I'm going to be excited.
Someone's going to win that matchup,
and if he gets me out, he's got to release something there. And I'm okay with that in that moment. What gets me is when you start showing up the other guy. When you start yelling. But if I just like, yeah, I got him out, that's one thing. But if I'm like, I'm pointing at the guy, now I got a problem. Now me and him's probably going to go to the mound. And it's not going to be like Tebow, like Babylon B said, I'm not going to offer instant forgiveness when I get there.
Well, like a couple years ago in the playoffs, Batista hit the 1 home run.
Oh, the bat flip.
That bothered. I won't pull for him just because of that.
Well, I don't think you got to do that. Again, I think that was.
What about Encarnacion to win
Oh my gosh!
But you know what?
Halfway
the series is over.
Well, the series might be over, but it's not the last time you're ever going to play the game.
No, right.
If I'm David Ortiz, and the game the other night, it's my last game, and I'm fairly certain we're down. I'm batting in the 9th inning, and we're down 7-1, and I hit a jack. Then maybe I pimp it big time, because I'm like, this is my last opportunity. So maybe I do cartwheels all the way around the base path or something. But that's the only time. Yeah, that could be a funny picture. That's the only time I think that I would do that, is when I knew I was walking off. Or like if I'm pitching, and I'm pitching in the 9th inning, and I know that this is a save situation, and I go out and I shove it for 3 batters.
Right.
Bam, bam, bam. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. See you later. Go home. That moment, I might stand on the mound with both arms raised and take that in, because I know that's my last moment on the field.
1 minute to go, 2-part question, and we'll wrap up with this, and you led, and I just wanted to ask you guys this, and I'll ask the one, and then I'll follow it up with a question.
You better hurry up, Tom.
David Ortiz, Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Yes, I think so.
Yes.
David Ortiz, Hall of Fame, does that open up the door for others?
Other DHs?
No. Other steroid users?
Never was confirmed that he was a steroid user.
Right.
Never tested, no positive test.
No.
Then why did Manny get in such big? Manny and him both failed the same report, and Manny is criticized, gone, bamboozled, throw away the key.
I think Manny's problem was Manny.
Okay, but the fact is,
Manny was Manny.
Manny was Manny, but they're both.
And I think
Barry Bonds never failed a drug test and whatnot.
Yeah, I think that's
the show.
And I think that's true. No, it's not. I think that's a legitimate argument. And I think if you never failed a drug test, if they never had you, then I don't see how you can not be in the Hall of Fame if your numbers warrant being there. Whether you're Manning,
And that's what I was thinking. And
or
you
whether
did,
you're Barry Bonds.
But
and you did mention the big part. Go ahead, Bob.
But don't you think, though, with Bonds, and like I said, the reason I said it's another show because we're running out of time, his trainer went to jail. I mean, I really, it's going to be interesting to see what happens when he gets out of jail.
And he writes his book?
And he writes his book. That's what's going to be interesting because he went to jail. And I don't think you go to jail unless you get a big payoff.
There's no doubt. I totally agree.
That's why I think
There's
Bonds
no doubt
that way.
Barry Bonds used steroids. There's no doubt Ortiz did. And,
Well,
and
I think
Manning.
there's always a doubt. There's always a doubt till it's proven, number one. Number two, they wasn't even illegal at the time, according to baseball
Right,
rules.
and that's the whole point, too.
So
and
until it
that's
became
what I was-
illegal with baseball rules, I don't think you should.
And then you brought up the other point is Edgar Martinez. Does it open up that door?
He should get in the Hall of Fame.
I think so. I think DHs should get in based on their own category. I mean, now you guys don't like American League. You don't like Unreal Baseball, but I think at least the category is there. If you're going to let relief pitchers in the Hall of Fame, you ought to let DHs into the Hall of Fame. Hey, that's time. A different show. We'll talk about that maybe next week. Not next week because I won't be here because I'll be in Canada, but 2 weeks from now. So you guys watch some baseball. By the time we come
We
back,
can film a show ourselves. Though.
you can film it, and we'll see.
that's not so much fun.
All right, so we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks, or see you next week. Play ball.